Guys, welcome back to Climax Recap. Today, I am going to recap a 2015 romance thriller movie. Namebound. So, let's begin. The movie starts and we see Michelle with her boyfriend George, when Michelle receives a message from the office, which tells her to go to the office. To this, George says that I can wait till you come here, but Michelle refuses to do so. Because after a while his daughter Dara was about to come home. After leaving the same George, we come to know that Michelle does not like George that much and Michelle has also been divorced. So she is just to pass time with Michelle George. After that the next day we see Michelle in the office and here we come to know that she works in a corporate company and the owner of that company is none other than her dad. But the condition of his company is nothing special. Because Michelle's company is running in loss in the last 2 years. That's why all the employees feel that this company should be sold. Then Michelle encourages everyone and says that even though the company is still running in loss, but by taking hard work and new deal, the company can be made profitable again. His dad likes this and he gives Michelle a chance to prove herself. On arrival at Michelle's house that night, we see Michelle's daughter Dara, who, like the rest of the teenagers, considers herself as intelligent. But Michelle is a little protective of Dara. Further, Michelle takes Dara to the restaurant to have dinner with her. Where while having dinner, Michelle's eyes fall on a boy named Ryan who had a fight with his girlfriend. Seeing this, Michelle feels uncomfortable and immediately comes home with Dara. But then she remembers that she has forgotten her credit card in the restaurant itself. So he goes to the same restaurant again to get his card back. This time Ryan sees Michelle and comes to her and offers Michelle a drink. Initially Michelle refuses to drink with him, but soon she too agrees. Then the two sit together and drink and talk. While having a drink, Ryan was trying to flirt a lot with Michelle, during which Ryan tries to get closer to Michelle. Michelle likes all this at first but later she stops Ryan because everyone was looking at her. Further, when Michelle was leaving from there, Ryan writes his number on the paper. But when she comes home, Michelle throws the paper in the dustbin. After this, the next day when Michelle was getting ready to go to the office, she again takes out the paper from that dustbin. Then Michelle was about to call Ryan when she changed her mind. So Michelle doesn't call. Next we see Michelle giving a presentation in the office in which she says that better than saving the company, we can make our company profitable by partnering with another big company, and this idea is also very good for Michelle's dad, and Michelle give him a few days time for his research. Then Michelle was about to call Ryan once again to come home when someone comes to the door. When Michelle opens the door, George was outside. Came here to propose Michelle. But as we all know, Michelle was just passing time with him. So she refuses George, saying that she has the responsibility of her company and daughter and at the moment she is not ready to take this decision. Hearing this, George agrees and then leaves. The next day Michelle calls Ryan while working at the office. But then Michelle's secretary comes and tells him that she has received a call from the company's boss, so Michelle goes to talk to him. Now after a while Michelle gets a call from Ryan. And Ryan was calling to meet him and Michelle also agrees to meet him. Then Michelle goes to the place where Ryan had called to meet her. There they both talk for a long time. And here we can also see that Michelle has also started liking Ryan. Because of this, Michelle also forgets that she had to go to an important meeting today, so she immediately leaves for the meeting. On the same night, Michelle brings Ryan to her office where no one is there. Here Michelle was getting attracted towards Ryan because the way Ryan was treating her, Michelle liked Ryan very much. After this Ryan asks Michelle to walk to his dad's office, they both make physical relationship after going to the office. After doing all this, Ryan brings Michelle to a club, from where Ryan starts coming closer to Michelle in front of the guard. But because of the guard, Michelle did not like it all. So she stops Ryan from doing this. Now both of them had to spend time together, but they could not go to Michelle's house because Dara was there, so both come to Ryan's house. Ryan shows his collection of things there and explains his fantasy to Michelle. Then they both get intimate together. Now Michelle was having a lot of fun with all this and Michelle started liking Ryan too. Then Michelle gets a call from her dad. Those who were very angry with him because Michelle had cancelled a meeting with the boss of a big company today, although Michelle knew that due to the cancellation of the meeting, her company could suffer a great loss. But still she became so desperate to spend time with Ryan. She cancelled the important meeting. Then Michelle apologizes to her dad for all this and says that she will not do such negligence in future. After that, the next day George again comes to Michelle's house because she was really serious about Michelle. But Michelle was now impressed by Ryan. So this time she tells George that she is dating some other girl. On hearing this, George feels very bad and leaves from there feeling sad. After all this, Michelle leaves to attend an investors meeting with Ryan. Just then, on the way, Ryan gifts Michelle a different type of underwear that used to vibrate and Ryan had his remote. When he was giving Michelle's dad speech in the meeting, Ryan turns on the remote, due to which Michelle starts behaving strangely and her dad also notices this. Then Ryan takes Michelle to the other side. Next, they were kissing each other while having a drink in the bathroom. For this reason, Michelle's lipstick would have deteriorated a bit. While Michelle is healing her, Ryan stops her from doing so and asks her to leave in the same condition. But the surprising thing was that Michelle agrees to him. When the message comes out, Michelle sees Jesse, the boss of another company. The meeting with which Michelle had cancelled. Then Jesse asks Michelle about her idea. Michelle was telling her that only then Ryan turns on his remote again. Somehow, Michelle talks to him, but after seeing his spoiled lipstick, he understands what is going on here, so he leaves from there. After he leaves, Michelle gets very angry with Ryan and then leaves from there. Further, when Michelle was going home after picking up her daughter Dara, then Michelle came to know that Dara is in a relationship with a boy. Michelle gets very angry on knowing this, because she believes that Dara is too young for all these things. During this, when Dara sees Michelle's bad lipstick, she understands what Michelle has done in the party, so she asks Misha about it and Michelle is unable to answer this to Dara. Now because of what Michelle had done at the investors' party, her dad at the office the next day had a lot on her. Angry, but it's here that we and Michelle learn that Ryan is a drug dealer and has been jailed several times for car theft. Now fed up with all this, he had decided to sell the company in Michelle's dad. But Michelle refuses to sell the company and she starts telling her dad about her idea. But because his preparation was half, that's why he can't explain his idea properly. Despite this, her dad gives her another chance, after which Michelle works on her idea during the day and spends time with Ryan at her house at night. It is happening in the meantime. Ryan also asks about his past life. But Ryan does not answer this and asks him to leave from there. After this, the next day, Michelle comes to meet Ryan at the same club where Ryan had once brought her from. There he meets Ryan's ex-girlfriend. Ryan's ex-girlfriend warns Michelle against Ryan and says Ryan is not the right guy and he can ruin your life. After listening to all, Michelle comes home when she comes to know that her daughter is not having an affair with anyone else but Ryan. Seeing this, Michelle gets very angry and she shouts at Ryan and drives Ryan away. Dara was very nervous right after the incident, so Michelle takes care of her. The next day Michelle had to explain her idea to everyone in the office, but her preparation was still not complete. That's why she did not explain anything to anyone, because of which her father asks her to arrange a meeting to sell the company. Hearing this, Michelle talks rudely to her dad in front of everyone, due to which her dad gets angry and throws him out of work for a few days. Now Michelle was already very upset because of this. In the companion, she receives a message from Ryan, due to which Michelle angrily goes to Ryan's house when there is a scuffle between the two, but in this fight, Michelle cleverly kills Ryan and makes him unconscious. then hangs Ryan in one place and starts torturing him with his things. But in the end Michelle tells him that if you do not leave my daughter, I will not leave you. This time Ryan understands that he has messed with the wrong girl. So she apologizes to Michelle. Just now, due to the incident, Michelle became very confident and she starts working on her idea well. The next day when she presents her idea to the company, everyone likes her idea very much. In partner, Michelle also meets with Jesse and narrates her idea to her. Persuade you to invest in yourself. Jesse says that he will come to her office the next day and sign the deal paper. After this, the next day everyone was waiting for Jesse to come. Some people thought that Jesse would not come, but then Jesse comes and signs on the deal paper. Now because all this was happening because of Michelle, so her dad makes her an equal partner of the company. After this, when Michelle was having a drink with her secretary, Jesse comes there and here we get to know how Michelle persuaded Jesse and the movie ends here.